All right. Hey, girl. We're going to jump right in today. Today, I want to share some new updates about my astrology deep dive that I've been doing. I want to update you guys on the scent training. I don't know if you remember a while ago, I left it over there. I don't remember a while ago I told you I was scent training for my meditation. So essentially I would smell that essential oil at the start and at the end of every meditation to help cue my body a lot quicker to go into that state. I want to just update you on that. And then I want to share with you some excitement I have about just some new things I have going on. And then I do want to talk about also how our next or past, I don't know what word to use there, but our Soul Verge event went great, the second one, so I'm super excited about that. I just got up. It's such a nice, like, brisk morning with the birds chirping. But yeah, other than that, today's is a really quick vlog. I actually didn't have stuff written down throughout the week. This is the first time, and today is like a Monday. Normally I film these on Saturdays, so I just been doing the damn thing, girl. Very much enjoying my astrology deep dive, and I got a reading from a professional astrologer because I posted my chart somewhere and they had commented their information, and I was like, you know what? I'm curious. It was affordable, it was accessible, so I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is, what it says, and just let me dabble, you know, because I have been deep diving into my different signs, not just the sun, moon, and rising, but the Mercury sign, the Venus sign, the Jupiter sign, the Mars sign, the ruling planets, and dabbling in the houses. But really the houses I dabbled from the, I really got into that from the professional chart reading. So super fascinating. I won't bore you with going too far into that, but I am really fascinated by how much of a science it is. And I'm really fascinated by how, you know, they are also taking into consideration the like kind of like formation your planets are in. So like mine's in a bucket form, which is basically a lot of my planets are clustered up here. Then there's one over here that's like energetically influencing all of those. And they talk about midpoints, so the midpoint between this and this and this and this and this is adjacent and stuff. And I know it's not considered a real science, I guess, in the real science world, because they don't want to acknowledge anything that could conflict with their current standing. I'm sure it's deeper than that, but I mean, they still deny telepathy, and that has damning evidence. So if it conflicts with them and their current standing, then they just want to deny it. But so I'm not saying I'm an astrologer and I know everything about it, but I can see the physics correlation, like even just in the whole bucket formation and the tension between this and that. Like as I'm reading the person's explanation, because they went in detail, like I'm gonna read that through a few times because it really is detailed, and there's a point system and there's a this and a that, depending on, you know, what you're reading or what you're whatever. But it really is operating in the same way as like a real bucket with a handle and a real, I don't know, I can get it and visualize it and see the connection between this and that. I learned there's cosmobiology and astrobiology and just like all this stuff I wasn't aware of. And I do believe though, because like my reading was very accurate, but my friend was the same astrologer and her reading was not. And I'm not saying I know why hers is not, because I don't at all. But what I'm getting at is I do believe the different phases you are in your life, your nervous system regulation, your self-knowledge and self-awareness, your traumas and your past experiences. I think all of these are going to influence how much of your chart is expressed. I also learned from the astrologist that there's like progressions, and it was like your natal chart will show like kind of recurring patterns and habits, but your natal chart is a static image and you are not. And so it shows like your planetary progressions, like as they move and your secondary or whatever. I just learned about that, but it was really fascinating seeing them explain mine. And they were like, so this is probably what you really resonated with before and really valued, and this is where you're at now, and you're in a big transition here and there, blah blah blah. Everything really tracked bar for bar. It was like the first one was like a 20-page report. I got a follow-up question, another 15 pages, a follow-up, another like 14, 15 pages. Like, it's a very detailed, well done report. I should put their stuff in here somewhere. But I started discussing this in the last vlog, but I do firmly believe everything comes back to nervous system regulation and, of course, belief. Belief, self-concept is everything, everything. And I believe that your nervous system regulation impacts the journey, the efficiency. If there's all of this energy out there in whatever form you believe it be in, God, source, universe, quantum, void, whatever, nature, whatever, there's this energy out there. The energy part is just pure science. Like what we identify as and what we think and whatever, that varies. But there's definitely energy that we are tapping into, because everything is energy. And we are this vessel. And when our nervous system is regulated, this energy can flow through us in a very efficient way. Energy is always flowing through us, and sorry, I hit the mic. Energy is always flowing through us and being delegated to different metabolic and cellular tasks, and big tasks like muscle contraction, and other tasks like hormone release and homeostasis and peristalsis, and like all sorts of things that are happening in the body. They all require energy. Unless it's diffusion or like something that's passive, it's going to require energy. We have energy in our bodies, and our body delegates what it does with it. When you are in a chronic state of fight or flight, even if it's low grade, your energy allocation is not as efficient because your body is prioritizing immediate survival. Your body is prioritizing getting to safety or getting to a safe space or safe area or safe whatever, because you are currently operating in a fight or flight, whatever grade that is. Think of it like actually, I won't even tangent. I feel like you understand that. When you are operating from a regulated rest and digest state, your energy distribution is efficient. You're not prioritizing blood flow to just the core and prioritizing this and threat detection, and you're not prioritizing those things. You're able to expand your energy to more creative thoughts and ideas and play and fun because your body feels safe. You're not gonna allocate energy to those types of things and positive thoughts and chilling and having loving life as much or as efficiently if you're in a low-grade fight or flight state. This energy, yes, we get through our food and whatever in life, but I do believe we're also tapping into an energy that we get from interactions with other people and interactions with different spaces, and also this energy that you're calling in. We're trying to manifest and do whatever. We're tapping into this higher energy. How efficient that flows through our system and how efficient we utilize that energy to do the tasks that are going to get us to the results that we want, because we absolutely are participating in this co-creation. How efficiently that takes process, I think, greatly depends on the nervous system. And I believe that absolutely tracks with astrology as well. These planetary energies that have whatever influence on us, and they impact different parts of our psyche and personality and biological being or beingness. How efficiently these energies flow and are expressed, and if they're expressed in a healthy form or in a shadow way. You know, does your fixed sign energy express in a very strong, healthy, determined way, or a stubborn, a stubborn type of way? You know what I mean? how that expresses and how efficiently it works for you and is serving you, I think is definitely correlated with the health and efficiency of one's nervous system. This vessel has an optimal way of working. It has an optimal, desired water intake and optimal desired food intake of certain things, and blah, 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 blah. Update on the whole scent training thing. Not gonna lie, girl, I don't feel like it's really doing what we wanted it to do. This was experimental. I'm open to trying again, maybe with a different scent. I know that means starting over, but I'm gonna be meditating for the rest of my life, so whatever. Because I don't find that this scent gives me such a strong like whoosh into a meditative state. I see somewhat of a biological memory occurring. Like when I smell it, I can sense like somewhat of my body like going into a calmer state. But it's so hard to tell if that's due to the scent or if it's really due to the bias. This one's a little hard for me to do like a blind, self-blind like study, on. So I'm going to try again with a different scent, but this one doesn't seem to be having as strong of an effect as I would like. Granted, I have not tried it out in public, so maybe I could see like changing the environment and giving myself a greater contrast. Maybe I'll see that leap better. Maybe because I'm already in a calmer state when I'm sitting down for meditation, it's not as drastic. But possibly if I were to smell that scent after someone uncomfortably cuts me off in the car, maybe I would notice. So I guess I can play around with it some still, but I feel that I'm going to be starting a new experiment with that. So update on that from many, many vlogs ago. And yeah, girl, I'm excited right now. So our Soul Verge second gathering was a big success. More people showed up than even the first one. I love how I organize it way better. And this third one, I'm going to organize differently as well. It's like everyone gets better. Just zhuzh it up. I want to create more opportunities for people to meet different people at the event and for different voices to be heard. And I'm really big on making sure everyone feels comfortable and seen, which the first event I got a lot of positive, LOL. The first event I got a lot of positive feedback in that area, so I'm really glad about that. But I also see areas of improvement, and so I want to, the next Soul Verge event, I'm definitely going to cater a little bit differently, not too much. I got a microphone as well so that people can hear each other better when we're speaking as a group. So super, super, super excited about that. I have been in the process of creating my new offerings and ways that I can actually work with people. Remember I told you, like, I've been very ready and excited and eager to work with people, and particularly on self-concept and pattern identification and emotional regulation, obviously. A lot of the most effective tools for people are for them to be able to identify their own patterns, their own habits, things that suit them. I want to create something that is very catered to specific individuals and ways that we can help with their nervous system and regulating themselves and things that work for them. What are their patterns? Not just a one size fits all type of thing. So really excited. I've been working on that. I think that's going to be something that I start off in February. At least is the plan. February is also my birthday month, so how funsies. And yeah, girl, I'm so excited. This space that I'm in feels just as transformative as that chart was saying. I'm not gonna lie, as the astrological reading was. But I'm proud of myself for standing on this and continuing to pursue the things that I'm passionate about. So yeah, girl, I guess that's today's. I will see you next week. Oh girl, tell me why I'm doing the Spartan race this week. I hope it goes well. I wish it was during like follicular or ovulation and not like the first day of my menstrual phase. So my body would be a lot stronger if it, at least it's not in like in a couple of days or something, like at the end of my luteal phase, because that's when I can tell like my body is a little more vulnerable, tendons or whatever. So at least it's not then, but I am excited. I've been taking off from volleyball, unfortunately, because of my shoulder. So I'm hoping that she is up and running for the race this weekend. I'm supposed to be doing my cupping therapy. I should do that today. But anyways, girl, I'll tell you about that and whatever else goes down this week. Otherwise, I shall see you next week, girl.